Laura, are you there? Guess what? I have a huge announcement to make.
Oh, it's you. What do you want?
What kind of way is that to greet an old friend, huh? We used to be so close. Why are you going to act like this when I've barely even said anything to you?
We may have been friends, but we are not friends now. Not to mention the fact that our kids don't even go to the same school anymore. So we don't have that as an excuse to talk. And moreover, that was probably the nicest way that I could have reacted to you, considering the fact that you stole my husband away from me. In fact, the only reason that I got your message was because I forgot to block your number. So thanks for reminding me, and goodbye.
Wait, no, hold on! The whole reason I messaged you is because I have a huge announcement for you. If you block me now, then you'll never know what it was.
And just what is this announcement of yours?
Well, first of all, enough time has passed since you and Copper broke up, so now him and I have officially been able to get married.
Okay then, is that all you wanted to tell me?
Of course not. I have one more thing. I'm pregnant with Cooper's baby.
You are going to be having Coop's kid.
I'm sure you're just so jealous, aren't you? We don't know whether it's going to be a boy or a girl yet. But I'm sure you must be furious now that I'm pregnant with the child of the man that you loved.
Right. So then, is that all that you had to say to me?
What do you mean by that?
I mean, were those the big announcements that you wanted to make?
Of course they were. And aren't they just the best news you've ever heard? To have the child of the man that you love, isn't that every woman's dream?
I don't really like to make a habit of speaking for all women, but if you really think that's good news, then I guess I have to say that I'm impressed by you.
More like jealous, you mean? I bet that you've been trying your hardest to forget all about your time with Cooper, and now I've gone and brought back all those painful memories, huh?
I actually have already forgotten all about him. Coop who? And anyways, with both of you out of my life, I've been able to concentrate on my career and I have tons of free time to pursue whatever I want. In fact, this conversation is actually interrupting something right now.
What do you mean? What is it interrupting?
That's my business. You have a nice life. I'm going to go now.
I get it. You're upset because now that you're a single mother, you're going to have to work all day around the clock, huh? You'll be poor and never have time for anything. And now that I've stolen Cooper from you, I'll be living a rich and easy life while you struggle for every little thing. Anyways, I may have more news for you in the future, so don't go blocking me yet. Laura, are you there? Man, who knew that being pregnant would be this difficult? I'm doing my best to keep all the pregnancy pounds off, but it isn't easy. At least the morning sickness seems to have quieted down for now. But a pregnant woman can never let her guard down, you know? Even Coop is working hard to make sure that we have enough money for when this little one arrives. He's at work from sunup and doesn't come home until late at night. All because he's working so hard for his new family. Oh man, my belly is huge now. I really hope that I don't get any stretch marks because of this. But I have to say that I'm just so happy with my life right now. Oh, right, that reminds me. I had a quick favor to ask you. Once I have this kid, I want you to stop talking to Coop's parents, okay? Oh, and one more big thing. We found out that we're going to be having a boy. You know what that means, right? It means that I'm going to give birth to an heir that's going to be able to take over Coop's business when he's ready. You only ever had some lousy daughter who was never going to be able to achieve anything by herself. But I guess this just proves that I was the right girl for Cooper all along, since I gave him a son on the first try. Laura! Laura, are you there? I just wanted to let you know that I gave birth to my son yesterday, and there were 0 complications. He's the spitting image of his father, and I just know that he's going to grow up to be a great man like him, too. But I've never actually met Cooper's parents. In fact, they don't want to meet me because they don't think I'm the right girl for him. Can you believe that they would say something like that about me? After I gave them a male grandchild?
They're one of your life updates again, Donna.
You finally responded! I was wondering if I was talking to a wall or if you were really there reading my messages in silence. I guess you finally accepted the truth about the situation, huh? Was it finally having my son that made it all sink in?
I don't know what you want me to say to that. Congrats on the kid, I guess?
That's a start.
But are you sure you know who the father of that kid is?
What do you mean?
Well, I just don't think that the two of you are going to be cut out to raise that kid. It would probably just be better if you handed him over to his real dad to take care of him, don't you think?
What are you talking about? This is our son. This is the child that Cooper and I had together.
So then you're telling me you guys had some kind of fertility treatment going on?
What are you talking about? There was nothing like that at all. This is a totally natural baby made the old-fashioned way.
So basically, it was a natural birth, is what you're saying. If that's the case, then I really don't think it's possible that that kid is actually Cooper's.
That doesn't make any sense. You're just jealous, and so you're just trying to get into my head. Well, it's not gonna work, you hear me? I know the facts, and that's all that matters. Missed call? Missed call? Laura, are you there? Please, you need to pick up the phone right now. You were the one who called my ex-husband, weren't you? He showed up at our house demanding a paternity test for Cooper and I's kid. He seems to think that it's his and not Cooper's.
I guess you still haven't figured it out yet then, huh?
Figured out what? What is going on here?
Well, the thing is that Cooper can't have kids. He's impotent.
He's what? Is that supposed to be some kind of joke?
No, it really is true. His body just can't produce enough sperm to get anyone pregnant.
That isn't a thing. You're lying to me.
It's true. Even our daughter. We adopted from an agency when she was only 4 years old.
Wait, is that true?
It is. Cooper refused to look into any kind of treatment for his condition. So it was the only way that we could have any kids together.
You're lying. You have to be lying right now.
Well, you came to me telling me that you were pregnant not that long after you ran off with Cooper. So if you were thinking about how long it takes to tell that you're pregnant, then that means there is a high chance that insemination occurred while you were still with your husband. In other words, it's quite likely that it is in fact your ex-husband's kid.
Are you kidding me? That can't be right.
Well, do you want to know what Cooper told me the day that he left me? He said that you had actually already had a kid, which proved that you were fertile. He seemed to think that you were his last chance to try and have a natural child. He refused to acknowledge that he was the problem and ran off with you instead.
That can't be right. Please, tell me that it isn't true.
It really is. If you doubt me, you can go and ask Cooper's parents. They know about this. If anything, that's probably why they want nothing to do with either of you now. Although, they can't just cut him off since Cooper is paying them back after they paid off his legal fees from our divorce.
I don't even know what to say. You horrible, horrible woman. This is all your fault. He took my son. He took my son and got custody of him. I thought that moms were always supposed to get custody. This isn't fair. You ruined everything. What am I supposed to do now, huh?
I take it that your ex-husband sued for the right to raise your son.
That's right. He took Coop and I's son away from us. How could he do that? It doesn't make any sense to me. Now he has custody over both my children, and I have nothing.
Well, you were the one who said that you were going to have Cooper's son and that you didn't need any other kid in your life.
But that's because Coop's son was going to take over his dad's company one day. I didn't any other kid if I had one to do that.
Don't tell me that you didn't know about that either.
What do you mean? What are you hiding from me?
Well, first of all, Coop, as you know, is not the president of the company. That position still belongs to his father. The next president was never going to be Coop, because his father already chose me to succeed him.
Wait a second. So, you're going to take over Coop's family business?
That's right. And I think that Coop's dad is going to retire quite soon, actually.
But I thought that Coop would take over. Why would they give you that job?
It's a really long story, but I swear to you that I'm telling the truth.
I still want to know what happened. I deserve to know.
Well, if you want me to try and summarize it, basically, Coop's parents didn't want a man who only thinks with what is between his legs running a company. Not to mention how irresponsible he is with money.
So then what does Coop even do at work?
Well, before his affair with you came to light, he was still on track for a successful career here. But after everything came out, he basically was demoted by his father and given a huge pay cut. Now he's just like any other employee there.
So he's not even upper management or anything? I really didn't know about this at all. What do you mean he's bad with money?
Well, you should know best of all. After all, he pretty much drove himself into debt trying to impress you with all the fancy things he bought for you.
What does that mean, though?
It means that he owes his parents about $30,000 in the form of personal loans. Well, his parents and other loan sharks.
Cooper is $30,000 in debt?
He is, and that's why I suggested to your ex-husband that he would be better suited to raise his son rather than you.
I don't believe it. How could you do this?
I just couldn't stand the thought of a poor child being raised by the likes of you and Cooper.
This is really bad. I basically burnt through my savings in the divorce with my ex-husband and thought that Cooper was going to be able to buy my way out of this trouble. But now I know he doesn't even have any money either. I thought I was going to be living in the lap of luxury. Things weren't supposed to happen this way.
Donna was sure that by having a son, she would have secured her place in Cooper's family by being the mother of their eventual heir to the company. But in the end, Donna's recklessness resulted in the child being taken away and raised by his real father. After that, Donna and Coop began to fight every single day. But without any help from family, and with both of them still drowning in debt, they had no choice but to stay together and downgrade to living in a tiny apartment. And since neither of them were confident enough to make it on their own, they still haven't gotten a divorce. I hear that Donna found a job and ended up having an affair with her boss that resulted in her being sued by Coop. You would think she would have learned her lesson, but I guess some things just don't stick.